Welcome back. This is version 4 of the cell. It's a double layer tracing paper separator still. I let it dried it out a bit so I could pack it slightly. The best solution for covering the top was to fold the tracing paper over and hot glue it. So hopefully that holds it in there. So I've wet it down with some water on the outside, but now I can't get anything in the center of the cell, so it's going to have to suck the water from the membrane on the outside. So I've sealed it right up. When I pulled the other one apart, this was pretty clean still. There was no oxidation on it or anything. Right, it should take about 500 milliamps if it's functioning properly, but I've only just wet it, so it may take a couple of days to soak through that membrane. So connecting the power source now. So it's a bit low on the amperage going in. It's only 260. Just wobble the lead. Right, so it might need a few days of wetting before it actually works, because the separator's still down the side there. It should be a bit more clear. Hopefully it doesn't need air actually down in the zinc part being open like last time. So I'll give it a charge and I'll get back. Fingers crossed. Back with the first charge, 3 hours, still on charge. I'm disconnecting now. Not sure how it's going to run. It's holding 2.1, dropping. I just got to swap the other ends over on the data logger. Okay, it's at 2 volts, starting 50 milliamps. Now, it's dropping faster, but it's only a fresh separator. There's a slight little hole right there where I made slits down in the tracing paper and then folded it. So it can gas out there, and you can spin that electrode. It doesn't stick to the glue, so there would be a gap around the inside there. So that might be a weak point right there, where it may erupt out of there later on later charges. The temperature is like 40 degrees today, so it's quite warm. Probably takes like about 5 charges before it starts responding. So we'll see how the first charge goes. Okay, we're at number 8th charge, or discharge I should say. And it had a 7 hours and 42 minute charge. Makes the cell hold 2 volts for 17 minutes. Probably goes to, it'll drop out soon. But these are the results so far. So milliwatt hours. Dropped here, over wet the cell. Had to let it dry out for a couple of days. And also here. And now it's starting to pick up, so if I add too much water, the performance of the cell drops right down. So we had a 6-hour run there on a 4-hour charge on the second one, and then the 5-hour charge there didn't run for so long. Still too early in the cell's life to see what's really going on. It could be just depleting the zinc, turning it to zinc oxide and not function. It's at 18 minutes, still at 2 volts. get back. Well, this run looked promising. 6 hours and 10 minutes on a 7 hours and 43-minute charge for the cell. The average voltage is a bit higher. It was up near the 1.67, 1.67, 1.63, and slowly going down. The lower this is, the longer it's actually running for. And I don't know when it ran out, but that's been running. And it's at 1.2, which is higher than normal. The other cell used to sit at 0.8, 0.9, and then drop down to about 0.4 in the morning. So we'll keep charging and see how we go with this cell. It's still intact. It is swelling. There used to be a gap between the top part and the outer carbon. So it's like pushing up against it, so it's expanding in there. So it's getting tighter each time we charge it. Alright, back. It's been 2 months for this cell. It's not really working. Managed 23 charges. 24th one I don't think ran pretty good at all. Dropped right down to 147 milliamp hours. Started off at 202 and went up to, looks like the highest was back up here to 311. So what I think's going on here is the zinc oxidizes and becomes like mud, and with the other version where it wasn't sealed, see that didn't break open at all except for that little spot, is every time I put the electrolyte back, electrode paste back in, it would just move it around enough to have unoxidized zinc. So you could pump the slurry through thin tubes and have it work like that, but you won't be able to recharge the liquid unless you process it with some acids and stuff and whatnot. So I won't be making a video for a while. I'm packing up. I have to move. Got the boxes. That's just the battery room. I don't know how I've kept that many boxes in here full of gear. So the next video will probably be when I'm in my new house. So thanks for watching. A bit disappointing about this, but if you pump that slurry, you can have the cell running whatever milliamps it was doing. Oh no, there was a 417 milliamp hour run. You can have round about that with the slurry. So until next time, thanks for watching.